Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I will be reviewing Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. So starting with review, I guess we'll do with the multiplayer stuff as it is being shown on screen. Personally, I think it's pretty alright. Both the checkpoint racing is basically like a time trials, except once you reach a checkpoint, you have to stop and pass the controller to another person. And then the combo crate is like the same thing, except you have to like combo your crates as like in a score to see who gets more, and of course the time trial one is like who does it the fast. But yeah, it's pretty alright, nothing to write home about, but it's not like bad either. I think it's really cool. I feel like the gameplay itself is pretty nice. It's triple spin for the time trials is yeah, it's just alright. I feel like it should have been like a crash dash while you're doing the crash dash, do a triple spin, even faster, but it's alright. The slide spin and the slide are pretty amazing. Now the slide, it feels a bit odd because when you do, it does move you forward, but also feels like it's something's pulling you back. Like it just feels a bit weighty or something like that. The spin is nice. I did like how they added that smaller spin where you're just standing still to break something underneath like a TNT or nitro crate. The belly flop still feels great. The mask. Move on to the mask. Aku Aku. There's like barely any Aku Aku crates at all in the game, which kind of sucks, and you can't even carry them over into the next level, which also sucks. But yeah, Lonnie Lowly, uh, the mask of I forgot, but like the one where you can switch things from out in reality. It's pretty fun in my opinion to use around. Kind of like a bit. It's like a bit puzzle-ish in the way you use it. I'm not really sure if that makes sense, but it's kind of like a puzzle piece in my opinion, or at least something puzzle-like. Moving on to Akano, probably my favorite masks. I just like his design a lot and his voice. Pretty fun power up. I mean, it did kind of get rid of the super deft tornado spin, but I mean that's alright. It's more like floaty and bouncy than that, and it's a bit more useful, like just fun to use, especially in one of the levels, Dragon, or not Dragon on, but another one where it's like a part in where it just like lifts you up with a clump of air, and you can go like really fast with it. Super fun. And then Kapunawa, I mean, it's not original, the slowing down time thing, but I still think it's used pretty cool. It would have been interesting if they did something where it actually went fast, like in the offbeat world, like the swampland world, where you get introduced to Dingodile. And the final mask, Ika Ika, is pretty fun to flip around between the ceiling and the floor. Pretty cool. Also, I did do like the wall running, and also, moving on to the skins, I really like them. My favorite one is Biker Crash, Biker Coco. The balloon ones, the wombat shows are pretty nice, and Fake Crash, Fake Coco, probably my top one favorite out of the entire game. I mean, Fake Crash does appear once, but I wish they also would have done a Fake Coco since he just made her, but never put her like in any level as a secret like Fake Crash. But still pretty fun. Moving on to the other characters, starting off with Tana. I do like the design. I do like her gameplay. She has like a really high kick, and she doesn't even do a low kick if you sense still. So I feel like that's probably a missed opportunity. But it's pretty alright. I do like to play as her. Probably the second favorite or so. Move on to Dingodile. I really like his design, and it's really interesting to change it up with a vacuum gun. But yeah, I do really like his vacuum up, sucking off the enemies. Now his levels do contain a bunch of crates, but more like clumped in together. It's honestly pretty fun to play around as Dingodile in my opinion. And moving on to Cortex, I mean, he's kind of maybe the worst. I mean, he's fun to play as, but like some of his things are just so limiting. Like, he does have a double jump, and he's able to shoot, but he can't sprint at all. But the shooting thing is pretty useful as from like long distance. But yeah, the story I really like it a lot, especially with like just bringing back old villains and how it continues off of Crash Bandicoot Warp, which is Crash 3. I really like that a lot. Taking Uka Uka off the story, at least until like the very, very end, for just like that beginning part and like the 106% ending screen that teases Crash 5. Uh, Pretty interesting. I do like female entropy's introduction. I think it's very cool. I feel like it would have been more interesting if it would be like the same species of entropy, instead of just being like a female doppelganger. But I'm not really too worried. I don't really care too much about that. Um, to be honest, this game is kind of hard. A really good game, but also kind of hard, especially towards the end. You really be challenged more. Cortex Castle has you like switching between the mask, and personally, if you're not like skilled, I would at least personally recommend you start a modern mode where there are no lives. And eventually, if you get good enough at the game, then start a new save file with retro mode. But the completion requirements are like brutal. Like I will probably never go out my way to get 106%, get all the time trials, like platinum time trials. Because the last achievement I got for the game got me a 68% completion, was the earn all half the gems, because I was completing like all the gems I could up until like the alien world where you had to do get 9 gems. I'm not going out my way to complete this game, to be honest, because I feel like I just get a bit too mad and frustrated at it. But still really fun, even if you're not going for completion. I do say go out your way and get a few skins that you like by completing them. The only 2 levels I actually insanely perfected them for the first 2, which is, to be honest, no real surprise. I did get all the gems, or not all the gems, all the like colored gems, but the blue one, I was just too lazy to try and actually not break all the boxes at the beginning, so I did the glitch. Maybe I'll try one day to at least complete it without breaking all the boxes, but who knows. Honestly, this is a really fun game. I personally recommend you buy it. If you've already played Crash Insane Trilogy, original Crash games, every other one, so I haven't tried this one, don't let it scare you. It is hard, but at least you have modern mode, so you can just die a bunch of times, and it'll eventually give you an Aku Aku mask without worrying of a game over. Uh, But yeah, I feel like it's a great game. Personally, I feel like you should buy it. Right now on the PlayStation Store, it's on discount along with a few other games. Like I think it's on discount by itself, but a few of bundles where it's included in is also discounted. But yeah, personally, I feel like you should get it. It's a really fun game, and I feel like it's worth your money. But that's gonna be it for today's video. So goodbye. I forgot to give her a rating. Definitely a 9 out of 10, but 1 point off for the difficulty. But that's because I have a skill issue.